Hey guys, just want to take a few minutes to discuss this whole race thing that's going on, and it's been going on for years and years and years, and the idea of unity amongst people and races. I'm mainly focusing in on Hispanic, black, and white. Um, those are the main uh, people that seem to have a problem with each other when there's a problem. First of all, I want to say is there is no problem. There is no racial tension. There are assholes in every walk of man, every type, every style, every race, age, color, creed, you name it. There's always going to be an asshole, and there's always going to be that toxic element amongst whatever it is that we discuss, be it people, places, or things. There's always a toxicity that exists in such a. It has to. As we all know, everything has an opposite. For every good person, there's got to be a bad person, right? The news likes to focus on the negative things, and it feeds a part of us that has hatred. We all have this hatred within us. It's like consider it like a gene, like cancer. I believe we're all born with. Some are born with the cancer gene, some are not, and that's why some of us don't get cancer, some of us do. And one day that gene is woken up and the cancer starts to develop. Well, in this case, hatred is a gene within us. This video might run over to 5 minutes, and I apologize, but it's just something that's been irking me lately, and it's just something I need to get off my chest. Anyway, this hatred gene is woken up by various things, be it mainly the media. Um, there's one particular post I see going around on Facebook about how all these guys committed murder and they were apprehended, and then all these other people were just shot and killed. And then on top it says, this one murdered how many, this one did nothing, okay? And of course, the ones that did nothing are black, and the ones that committed these heinous acts are white. That could be very easily switched. My friend T had a beautiful post, and the way she worded it, I couldn't say it better myself. This is something that is doctored up, and it could be easily turned around and make the black people look bad and the white people look innocent. We all know there's the bad cops and there's things that are going on that aren't necessarily justified, but there's also elements of each of these stories that we're not hearing. I'm not saying in any way that I condone murder or killing, but there could be something in certain stories that we're not hearing. Um, and that's going to lead to the reason why the man was shot. Now, should he be shot to be killed? No, I think they should shoot to immobilize them. They should just be shot in the leg or whatever and apprehend them and then bring them to justice the way it should be done. It's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. So everyone deserves that chance, no matter how heinous the crime is. Um, I can't stress enough that black people, I know you've been suppressed in the past with the whole slavery thing, and then years following, looking for equal rights. And I sympathize with that. I do. That's terrible. I never had that happen to me. Though, I mean, I kind of feel like my rights are being challenged, especially in the world we live in today. I think we all are living under having a lot of our rights taken away from us. But regardless, you as a people have risen so high and so far out of that hole, you got to let go. And you might be saying, well, it's easy for a white boy to say, but listen, I have Native American blood in my life, in my veins, and we know what happened to the Indians. And I mean, I could be bitter about it. I can be looking for restitution or whatever the hell it is, maybe, I don't know. But I go about living my life, and I try to love everybody individually as a person, and And if I have to judge, I judge people for their own individuality and how they are as people. I've been friends with criminals. I've been friends with angels. You know what I mean? And I get respected by both. And I've had problems with both. Right? But we as a people, if we want unity and we want equal rights or whatever, it starts with how we treat ourselves. Let's give each other equal rights. We don't need a constitution for that. We don't need the government for that. We don't need the government to tell us how to treat each other and what to believe and what not to believe. I'm friends with black people. I'm friends with Hispanic. I'm friends with Indian. I'm friends with all walks of life. And yeah, there are some of each of those races that I don't like. I can honestly say there's probably a lot more white people that I don't like. But it's not a thing about white people. It's these people in particular. We can have unity. We can have a more peaceful lifestyle. But first of all, you have to look at things. The number one killer of white people is white people. The number one killer of black people is black people. Number one killer of Hispanics is Hispanics. You won't hear that on the news. They don't want you to know that. But if you just look in the news and you look at yourself and you look at your neighborhood and you look at your people, you'll see it's true. We hate ourselves more than any other race can hate us. Brothers must stop killing brothers. Sisters must stop killing sisters. Erase the color. Erase all that. Erase the heritage. Erase all that stuff when it comes to living. It's great to embrace your culture and your heritage, but that has nothing to do with how we look at each other, because we're all people and we all struggle and we've all gone through shit. So, I don't know if this makes any sense to you, but it makes sense to me. I've always given everyone a fair shot, no matter what they look like, what sex they are, what gender, what sexual orientation they are. It doesn't matter to me. I'm fair to everybody. I judge people by the way that they treat me. That's the only way I judge people. Outside of that, I don't judge. The only thing I judge is the way I'm treated by you. And that's how it should be. Don't throw a whole group of people into one category, because it's never true. It's never true. To end this on a light note, I ask you this, black people. Why is it I see black dudes dating white girls, but not so many black girls dating white guys? No racialness, no racial tension involved in that. I'm just wondering, because it's honestly something that I've noticed. I've seen black guys dating white girls, Japanese girls, Chinese girls, Indian, all different. Well, why do black girls seldomly seen to date white guys? If any of you are brave enough to answer this, I'd love to hear it. Anyway, that's all I have to say. This went almost double the time I usually talk, but I feel like it's kind of a serious thing. Hopefully I didn't bore you too much. Hopefully I didn't aggravate you. But if I did, maybe I struck a chord with some truth. I love you all equally. Equally. See you later.